Alright, what's up everybody? So Vampire Cookie has now got candy, so let's max him out. And I reckon that either barely jellies or pass-through points are gonna be your favorite. I'm gonna go with pass-through points, and I'm gonna try on the Yeti Snow Mountain. I've never actually tried this map before, so this is gonna be a really good try for me. Now for this Vampire Cookie, we have to go through as many obstacles as possible to trigger his King's Cup candy ability. Now, the more times you go through an obstacle, the more times it triggers and the more health you get. Or so I understood from when I read it. I think that's what happens because sometimes, you know, if you go through a lot of obstacles at once, it can spawn like 2 or so of the King's Cups, giving you a nice boost of energy. So I'm not too sure how many obstacles it is. I didn't quite see that in the text on the rundown of the candy itself, but it's a pretty good ability. The raindrops, whoops, these little grape drops are also seem to be magnetic within a certain range. Now, one of the toll maps, something like the Happy-Go-Lucky Unicorns Rainbow Magic map, has quite a high ceiling at one part, which can actually prevent the drops from becoming magnetic towards Vampire Cookie. So there is definitely a range. However, it is still a pretty big range, so I would say 95% of the time it's going to be fine. And also the King's Cup candy ability is also magnetic as well. Now, it can also transfer to the relay if you trigger the King's Cup ability just before dying with Vampire. You can pass on that extra little bit of energy to the relay. I don't think it's really too necessary to do that due to the just generally the amount that it gives. It won't be too groundbreaking, especially if you're using a relay such as Chess Cookie. I don't think it really is required too much to be passing on that little bit of energy, but it might help with other relays depending on how close they are to the end of the ability. So overall, I really like this ability. They haven't changed too much. It's not too you don't have to worry too much about, you know, like a whole brand new ability. The only part of it is that you kind of have to make sure you're going through the obstacles. If you're not going through the obstacles, you're not going to be triggering the King's Cup as often as you could, which makes runs a little bit more difficult because you're always looking for places to get extra pass-throughs. Now, when the Vampire's mini ability like bites an obstacle and it becomes like that bluey purple, you can actually run through that. So like here, there's one King's Cup, and then we're going to pass through all the bottom here, and we've triggered another King's Cup. So, you know, it is relative to how many obstacles you go through. So the more you go through, the more King's Cups you can trigger all at once. So it's definitely worth the effort, I reckon, to get through those King's Cups. Hell yeah. I get through those obstacles even. Woo. So overall, I do like it. It is a little bit of getting used to trying to go through all the obstacles. It's kind of like with the devil, trying to pass through as many obstacles as possible. But overall, it's nice. It's nice. And it's a really nice scorer as well. And I fell down the hole, which means we're not going to be making it to the big health potion just after those bears. Oh well though, 2-4-3, that is not half bad. I do recommend giving Vampire a go because 500 million is definitely possible with Vampire as a starter, and you'll find out more about that in an upcoming video. Until then, bye bye.